Hey there, and welcome to this explainer. First off, a massive congratulations are in order. You have officially made it across the finish line and completed QuickBooks 101. Seriously, it is no small feat to carve out the time and energy to learn something entirely new from scratch. So, you've got the foundation. But where do you actually build from here? Well, in this explainer, we're going to map out exactly what comes next. Think of us as your guide to your QuickBooks skills and career roadmap, showing you exactly how to take all this shiny new knowledge and turn it into real-world momentum.
Let's kick things off with a pretty powerful thought from the course creator himself, Dr. Geno. He says, you made a decision to invest in yourself, learn something valuable, and take another step toward greater control. That deserves to be celebrated. You know, the most interesting word in that quote is control. Whether it's control over your business, your career trajectory, your income, or just your future in general, that is what this milestone really represents. It's not just about finishing a course, it's your starting point for taking the reins. So, here is exactly what we are going to cover today. First, 1, the starting line. Then, 2, 4 unique pathways, followed by 3, tool versus professional skill. After that, we'll look at 4, the professional standard, and finally, 5, the roadmap forward. I promise you, whether you're a stressed-out business owner trying to make sense of your numbers or an aspiring freelancer looking for a solid side hustle, your specific needs are going to be covered here.
All right, let's jump right into section 1, the starting line. More than just software. You know, when you first booted up QuickBooks 101, you probably thought you were just going to learn which buttons to push and which menus to drop down. But think back to everything you just conquered. You mastered QuickBooks Online navigation, company setup, building a chart of accounts, generating complex financial reports and invoicing, handling W-2 payroll and contractor payments, and, super importantly, separating business and personal activity. The real takeaway here is that you didn't just learn a computer program, you learned how to take a chaotic pile of receipts and bring absolute clarity to a business. You learned the actual financial story behind every single deposit and expense.
Moving right along to section 2, 4 unique pathways, choosing your next step. Completing this course puts you at a bit of a crossroads, branching out into 4 distinct opportunities depending on who you are and what you want out of life. The first pathway, that's for small business owners. If you own a company, you might have taken this course just to get a grip on your own financial records. And honestly, that is a huge step, because now you can better understand your cash flow. You can maintain accurate financial records, actually read those vital business reports, make informed decisions instead of just guessing, and become fully prepared for tax time. Even if you eventually hire a bookkeeper, you now have the foundational knowledge to never be disconnected from the financial heartbeat of your own company.
Pathway number 2 is for the tax professionals. If you're in the tax game, you totally know the nightmare of a client showing up in April with a shoebox full of crumbled receipts. Yikes. By adding bookkeeping to your services, you can serve those clients throughout the entire year. This is a massive business shift. You get to reduce that agonizing last-minute cleanup work, make tax preparation much more efficient, and develop recurring monthly revenue. You're basically turning a client you see once a year into a strong, long-term relationship that pays you every single month.
The third pathway is for those of you seeking an entirely new career or looking to add some highly practical skills to your resume. Maybe you want a fresh start, right? Bookkeeping lets you work remotely in various situations, serve businesses in wildly different industries, and build incredibly valuable in-demand software skills. From here, you can pursue official QuickBooks certification and eventually grow into advanced accounting support roles. And hey, remember, you don't need to know everything on day 1. Every single experienced bookkeeper out there was once exactly where you are right now, a beginner.
And the fourth pathway is for anyone looking for a work-from-home side hustle. Bookkeeping is incredible for this, because you can build it entirely around your current job and your family schedule. You can start incredibly small, literally just 1 client at a time. It generates fantastic, flexible, part-time income. But the real beauty is that it scales. Whenever you're ready, that side hustle can absolutely expand into a full-fledged, larger bookkeeping practice.
Okay, let's get into section 3, tool versus professional skill, the reality check. Time for a quick reality check. Bookkeeping is a fantastic opportunity, but completing one beginner course doesn't magically make someone a master accountant overnight. There is a massive difference between QuickBooks, the software tool, and bookkeeping, the professional skill. Learning QuickBooks just means knowing where to click and how to navigate the menus. But bookkeeping, that means understanding the financial story and the logic behind every single transaction. Businesses don't just need someone who knows how to click a mouse. They desperately need professionals who understand the fundamental rules driving the software.
Which brings us to section 4, the professional standard, trust and responsibility.
If you do take on clients, you are stepping into a world of profound trust. You are handling highly sensitive, confidential financial data. The livelihood of a real business, a real family, and real dreams are tied directly to the numbers you manage. The source material spells it out perfectly. The opportunity is real, but so is the responsibility. Do not chase clients faster than you develop the knowledge to serve them properly. You absolutely must commit to rigorous accuracy and rock-solid security before you take on too much. Quality is always going to beat speed when you're dealing with someone's finances.
Let's wrap things up with Section 5, the roadmap forward, your next steps.
Whether you're managing your own business, expanding a tax practice, launching a new career, or starting a side hustle, you have to commit to continuous improvement. So here is your exact 6-step roadmap. First, you learn. That's what you just accomplished. Next, you practice. Get into the software and mess around. Through practice, you begin to truly understand the why behind the how. Then you apply that understanding to real-world scenarios. With successful application, you start to building a business, a career, or just pure confidence. And finally, the most important step of all, you keep learning. Your knowledge has to transform into action to create a truly confident professional.
So what does that look like practically? Well, here are some concrete actions you can take right this second. Go back and review any complex lessons you didn't fully grasp the first time. Practice using a sample or training company where you literally cannot break anything. Start preparing for official certification. Go find a mentor or plug into a training community. And finally, seek out supervised, hands-on experience so you can safely move that theoretical knowledge into real-world capability.
As we finish up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final thought from Dr. Geno Bradley. The fastest way to get started is to get started. It sounds super simple, right? But it is deeply profound. You don't need to see the entire staircase to take the next step. You just need to learn the next skill, complete the next lesson, and keep moving forward. You've already taken that critical first step by finishing the course. Don't lose that momentum now.
I want to conclude today by asking you to really chew on this question. What could happen if you committed the next year to developing this skill? Think about it. How many businesses could you help? How much more confident could you become in your own financial life? Where could this journey take you, your family, and your future? The foundation is laid. The tools are right there in your hands. Now, it's time to build. Keep learning, keep growing, and put what you've learned to work.